Hey YouTube, Scarpad from Scarpad's Comic Treks, coming at you with yet another Blu-ray review, this time another Kino Lorber film of a classic 1960 horror film from Peter Cushing, rarely seen in the States. I'm talking about the brand new disc of The Flesh and the Fiends. This is a retelling of the true story of Dr. Knox. Dr. Knox, played by Peter Cushing, is a doctor in the 1800s, 1827 in Scotland, that basically pioneered the medical field. And of course, didn't do it without consequences. He did it by hiring a pair of grave robbers named Burke and I believe it's Burke and Hare. And Hare is played here by the great Donald Pleasence from Halloween. And both Peter Cushing and Donald Pleasence in this film, which I've never seen before, I've never seen this film, turn in a fantastic performance. Donald Pleasence is just giving a bravo performance as this grave robber, part of the duo. And he's phenomenal here. Very menacing, very chilling. Probably the best work I think I've seen Donald Pleasence give in a film. And he was great in Halloween. He's been great in a ton of other movies. And he was fantastic here. But, Peter Cushing, this has probably been considered the best movie, one of the best movies of his career. Of course, Peter Cushing made all those Frankenstein movies in the 60s and 70s. And he doesn't stray far from those roots here. He plays another doctor who will go to absurd levels to do what he thinks is right. Of course, in Frankenstein, he plays Dr. Frankenstein, who does the same thing, robs graves and wants to prove his theory about bringing life back to a corpse. Here, he's just trying to expand upon medical research. So he's willing to go to dubious means and overlook quite a bit of stuff to get these cadavers in order to do his research so he can teach his medical students. Based on a true story, I'm sure they take a lot of liberties with this, but of course, Peter Cushing is excellent here portraying the conflict between his career as a doctor and expanding that for medical science and what he knows is wrong by buying these cadavers from these two individuals who eventually figure they're going to line their pockets by killing these people and then delivering them to the good doctor. And of course, after that, we get a lot of great scenes of the town people going after both these grave robbers and the doctor, and typical horror with the pitchforks and the lighted torches. But this is a fantastic movie. It goes beyond horror. It really is a fine dramatic piece also for Peter Cushing, who really gives this great performance. The disc itself, this movie was released in England in a 99-minute cut. Also here in a heavily edited 74-minute version, also known as the Fiendish Ghouls and Mania. And has quite a bit cut out of it. Now, this movie for its day, for 1960, didn't pull no punches. The violence is graphic. The depictions of the murders are graphic. There's quite a bit of nudity here involved because a lot of this takes place in brothels and whorehouses. And some of the nudity is quite severe for a movie filmed in the 60s. Of course, all that winds up on the cutting room floor for the 74-minute American version, which I did not watch. I watched a little bit of it. There's also on this disc a really good film historian. Film historian Tim Lucas gives his opinion on the film. And Kino Lorber has put on here several other Peter Cushing trailers on here. I know in August we're getting the release of the Peter Cushing Doctor Who films, Doctor Who the Daleks, and Invasion Earth 2150 AD. First time on Blu-ray for both of those. Look here for those reviews when they come out. But other than that, the movie itself sells this disc. The transfer itself is probably the best this movie's looked. By looking at the American cut, which doesn't look as good as the original, you can kind of see what this film did look like. There's quite a bit of grain. It's not as polished as what you're going to see in other movies from its era. but it looks really nice here. The blacks are nicely represented. This is a good disc from Keel Lorber, who's putting out these lesser-known horror movies, and of course with Peter Cushing, you can't go wrong. I really recommend this film. If you haven't seen it, and not too many people have, and you're a fan of Peter Cushing in any of his movies, this is well worth getting. It can be had by Keel Lorber. It just came out, I believe, the other day, so it's a brand new release. Look for it at Amazon or wherever you buy videos. Highly recommended if you're a fan of Hammer movies, Peter Cushing, or even history for that matter. So I hope you enjoyed this review of this movie, which is The Flesh and the Fiends. And once again, stay tuned for other DVD and Blu-ray reviews coming to the channel along with some comic book stuff. So hey, once again, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And remember, keep trekking and keep reading and stay cool. And we'll catch you next time.